All right. Shalom, shalom, and shalom, Sister Deborah. Coming again this morning on the Sabbath day with a message. And this is a message that's strictly for spirit, those that are walking in the spirit with Yah, not ahead of him, but with him, behind him. Okay? Not on the side of him, not in front of him, but in the back of him, walking with him. Okay? And this is who this message is for. Those who hold spirit and truth in the light in their right hand. This message is for you. Yes, Sister Deborah is still in Florida. And I will be here. I think I got 2 more days here in Florida. And yes, Sister Deborah is enjoying herself. It's pretty much like the Father had given me the whole idea of it. You know what I'm saying? It takes a lot for me to really step into uh, really going about doing what I was used to doing. I was a traveler. I was one that goes everywhere. I've been a lot of places. But once I started having children and being a mom, I just got rid of a lot of things. But did I travel with my children? Sure, I did. But it got to a point where I just began to just be that mother and that wife, and I was just dedicated to family, family, family. But now here I am, an individual that's now divorced, have 6 adult children. Yes, they're on their own, and here I am. But I just thank the Most High Yah for being the same creator that He was and that He is and that He's going to be. And what He has been in my living, in my me living on this earth, He's that same one that was with me when I was 4, and He's still yet with me at 65. So I'm grateful. I'm one of those grateful individuals. And I like to say that this message is really out to those that are of spirit and of truth, those that know the spirit of the Most High Yah, and they're eating food for their spirit to keep their spirit nourished. And it's Yah that's in them that they yearn for food for the spirit. A lot of people don't know that. A lot of people are going to and fro. And I believe that's what he was just saying to me when I was in the room. He was saying that the poor in spirit, because I was saying that this is the time in which the Most High Yah, you should be hearing the Most High Yah. And then he began to tell me about the poor in spirit. The poor in spirit is exactly that. It's those who are poor in their spirit. You see, and there are many out there that are poor in spirit. You see, so it fits what it says, poor in spirit. But we that are the servants that's out here to serve the Most High Yah in the way and in the order in which He has called us. One could be called to do this, the other one could be called to do this. Now, with me, my thing is, I yearn to see the body of Hamashiach, but the Father said it too. The body of Christ is still yet a spirit. So even though we're looking at the body of Christ and we speak the body of the saints or the church, and but we notice that you can't find this group called we. And that's because it's spiritual. So when you hear me come on here, let me see if this it's starting to rain. It's been raining every day since I've been here, and I was going to go to the beach, but don't seem like I'm going to make it. Probably tomorrow I might, but it's starting to rain now. But I say unto you all that this is the time. Oh, it is starting to. Yeah, but I keep on talking until then. So what I'm saying is, this is the time that we start within ourselves. When I say we, I can't say uh, we as a whole in what we call as what we can see as the body of Hamashiach. When you go to and fro and you start to desire and meet up with the body of Hamashiach, you can hang that up because the Father is saying that it's spiritual. It's not something that you can actually see natural. You know, it's not something that's going to be right there before you and you're going to say, oh, the body of Hamashiach or the body of Christ. No, it's all spiritual. But the hearts, our hearts, don't allow our heart to steer us from what Yah has called us to. Because your heart can do that, you guys. Your heart can take you in a total direction than the direction in which the Most High Yah has called you to. You could be called to go to the right by the Most High Yah, and your heart will lead you to the left because your heart represents also your mind, and it has a tendency of going in the wrong direction from the light. Don't allow your heart to, and the things of your heart, the things you your heart desire, or the things in which your heart um, think it that is more important, because your heart is like that. It'll lead you all kind of dark alleys. Oh, it leads you through dark alleys. Oh, it leads you to dark through the to enter into dark tunnels. It'll always want to lead you in the place in which Yah is saying go right, but you end up going left. Okay, don't let the things that you have and the things that you have achieved and the things that you have received on this earth lead your heart in the wrong direction, because that's what is happening and that's what has happened, and there's no end. Okay, it's over in the eyes of the Most High. It's over in the eyes of the Most High. In the spiritual realm, it's over. But for those who feel that it's not over for them because they feel that they have been living this uh, 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 living for quite some time and it's not over for them, it's time for them to continue to walk in the materialistics and the things in which they have, because they think that's really what made them who they are. People really believe the things that their heart is telling them, the things that they have, the things that they got, the things that they have achieved in this old living. They really believe that it is the direction to the light. It is the direction that pleases Yah. They don't understand. No, 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 no. You got it bent, baby. Those things only can please you. When you please Yah is when you do righteous. Okay? When you do right and you do good, that's what pleases Yah. Not the things that you have and you use to represent and you think it represent Yah. See, that's why I think, and I know for a fact, that people are continue to living, they continue living the way of their heart, you see, and not the way of their spirit, because they believe it's their heart desires that's more important, and they don't understand that's the way of your flesh that you're leading to. People think that what they graft and how much they graft of it and how they get it, or this represent God. No, baby, no, it represents your flesh. Okay, and believe me, if it's not used in a way of pleasing Yah, guess what? Guess what? He'll continue to let your eyes be blinded to believe that your materialistic things are there for you to really exalt and magnify and glorify yourself within it. Yah don't need your materialistic things to represent him or to please him. He needs you to do righteous. He needs you to do upright. He needs you to do good. He needs you to do kind. He needs you to be about that same grace and mercy, that compassion. See, people got it in. They use things to try to influence a creator. They see, this is for you. This is for you. This is for you. But really, it has no attachment to the Most High, because Most High is a spirit. If the things in which one has is not applied in the righteous manner, in the righteous, upright, just, good manner, kind manner, it's worthless. It holds no weight in the eyes of the Most High God. This is why the world is the way that it is, because it stands on the left, and many stands on the left. Many people stand on the left, but they think that they're on the right. Why? It's because within them, in their own heart, has led them to believe things is what make them who they are. And what these things make them to be, that is what to the throne of the Most High Yahweh. And he's not going for it. He never will. And nor have it. People battle with communicating with Yah because they think that they have to tell Yah how they're going to do something. That's not the Most High Yah. Yah don't answer to us, y'all. Those are not the ways of the Most High Yah. Those are your ways. That's that flesh, the way of the heart of your flesh. Because we can't seem to get it. We think that we control the destiny and the order and the power and the authority and the ruler of Yah. We think he need us more than we need him. He don't even need us. But that's the stupidity that people have in their heart. Not understanding that you can have all the things in this world and it still don't mean anything to the Most High God. Why do you think he allowed the rich to get rich? Did it ever dawn on you all? Why is he allowing them to have all these things? And you notice they never please. Now look where they at today. Wealth is not pleasing them. So now they're resting on the power. See, this is what happens when one thinks that they have something that the other one don't have. They use it for their own glory. And they use it as power. They use it as control, not knowing that the Father don't need none of it. He works from the inner man, and he directs them from the inner man. And there are so many people who don't understand. He do not follow under your protocol. The Most High Yah is not out here allowing you to rule his way, his power. That's why the world think that they got the power, y'all, because they have the wealth. Y'all didn't know they did you. Had not the rich been rich, do you think they would be right now today reaching for power? If the rich wasn't rich, the question is to you. Do you think that they would be out here trying to reach for power? It's because they gained the ultimate, which so they think, which is riches. They reach as high as it can go. Now they reaching for what? Power. A lot of people don't understand. Most of them don't want money anymore. They have more than they'll ever be able to do anything with. All they want now in this world, you guys, is power. Because that's one thing that they can take from the people. See, a lot of you all didn't know it wasn't what you had that made you rich. It's who you are. That's why the wealthy is after your power. They want full power and control over you. And you can see other people in the world is mini me's. They don't have very much, but they want that same authority, that type of power that they feel that, hey, they entitled to. You see, on this earth, you guys, y'all understand, this earth is power. Everybody's seeking that power. Do you all know the reason why one would want to give you pharmaceutical medicine or give you a COVID shot or take things from you or put stuff in your water and put stuff in your food so they can get you to the point where you can have full power over you. That's what's left on this earth, you guys. And people, if you are truly, truly the children of the Most High God, not the children of a nation, not the children of a bloodline or children of a different race, but if you are the children of the Most High God, you have no business down here trying to gain power in any shape, form, or fashion. If you are conducting yourself in a way that you feel that you got something that somebody else don't, and that gives you the power to do things the way that you do them, say things the way that you say it, conduct things in the way that you conduct things, and see things the way that you see it, feel the way that you feel, that gives you that energy that, hey, I got power. I want power and control. You want what you got, Satan, living in you, on you, around you, and you're going to take him with you because he's going right with you. No, he's going after you. I put it like that. Because this is what people have in their heart. They use things, y'all, to really actually make them feel that they have the power and the control. Materialistic things. Likened to all of those. Look at Elon Musk. He don't know what to do. He done cloned himself. I believe it's 3 times. It might be 5, but I believe he's cloned himself 3 times. And nobody in this world ever looked at it and saw it. I can see it. You don't, just because you think you can see and you don't know a monkey's behind from your own self. That's how bad it is out here. People thinking they know something, but he has cloned himself at least 3 times. Again, it might be more. You see, I wouldn't be surprised if Donald Trump is not cloned. When I learned that they did that back in what was it 2000? I mean 1929, 39, 29, I think it was. The man was on a black and white. He was saying they've been cloning since then. They've been preparing and they learned how to clone way back then. You see? So while you all are running around here trying to tell the Most High Yah what to do, trying to tell he that sees all things from the beginning to the end, and you down here trying to tell him how to do it, the way to do it, and the way to think and the way to feel it, because you're caught up in the things of your own heart. You want to do things your way. You want to make things to appear like your way you see it. And how do a lot of people get into that mode? It's just like everybody that deals with having something that somebody else don't. People don't even understand. A lot of times it's time to go out and really, actually, let me show you what I did. Coming up, and it made me feel good when I saw my oldest daughter doing it. She did it a couple of times, probably more than a couple of times throughout her living, and I saw her do it, and it made me think about what I did. I got out there I joined Winter Patrol, okay? And that was here in Missouri. There in Missouri, there is um, a group called Winter Patrol. And what we would do, we would, on the winter time, we would join together and come as a group. We would prepare ourselves to go out during the winter time and try to get others out of the winter, because it was a cold winter in Missouri. So we would try to convince people and families and children to come out of the winter, the homeless and those that were sleeping outside and in the train, on the train, and you know, vacant buildings. And we would go out to bring them in. And during the holidays, we would prepare food to feed these individuals, you see? And as we went on and on and on throughout years and years, I always showed my children that I was willing to go out there in the winter. And then I started collecting my own items like hot chocolate, hats and gloves, and stuff like that that I could give them, and sandwiches, stuff that I started to form myself. Uh, 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 and I showed this to my children. Instead of them sitting at home talking about Santa Claus and Christmas, we went out to feed the homeless. So doing these holidays, Thanksgiving, I got put them as children in line to help serve the people that was less fortunate. And here today, that would be something I know that my children would remind people of what their mother and how their mother put them out there as young people so they could see what really living is about. Because where we're at today, we really think it's about what we have and how we can control it and how it has to go from A, B, C, D to our way. But we have to understand our hearts are supposed to be following the steps that Yah has ordered in us. And if he had not ordered the steps in us to go in the way to understand that this living is never been for you to live out your best is best, 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 best. When you represent him, that's your best. You see? A lot of people don't know that because they think everything always being that it surrounds them. But then again, let me clear up something. That could be true when people set themselves up to make things the way that they want things to go, and it's all about pleasing them first and foremost than anything. That is not of Yah. Those are not the seeds of the spirit. They are not the seeds of the spirit. They are the seeds of darkness. Because whenever it's always about how you can be recognized, how you feel about A, B, C, D, and never realize and say, you have to die to yourself daily. So therefore, you have to die to all the things that is always surrounding you. A, B, C, and D. I got to have it like A. I got to have it like B. I got to have it like C. I got to have it like D. These are people who are minimes. And what do you mean by minimes? These are people who are likened to the trillionaires and the billionaires. But where they at is way poorer than they are. But yet they feel they got something that can make a difference in the spiritual realm, but they use it for the flesh realm because their heart desires so many things to go according to their way, in the way they see things, in the way they see things fit, to where they don't know how to come out of them and just be about the Father. They got to have things in the protocol of their flesh, the way their flesh thinks, the way their flesh function. That's going. What that is saying is people do things out of their own flesh heart. You see what I'm saying? So that's of the flesh. They never learned what it's like to do things out of that realm. Let's say, for instance, if someone go out and do something for the poor, according to do something for the poor, people battle with, let me go check with the Father. Let me check with the Most High. Let me check with God. Let me pray to God. See, these are not things you have to go check with Yah about. Your heart is supposed to already move in that type of area. It's not and that's what why people don't want to hear different messages, because messages cause them to their ways to be brought down to the level of the ground. And they not used to that. They used to hearing things that keep they little heart up high. I know if Yeshua HaMashiach could come back today, that he'll tell you that didn't work for me. That was not the will of the Father for me. So why should y'all come here and everything be based on how your flesh feel, your flesh emotions, your flesh opinion, your flesh wisdom, your flesh knowledge? It wasn't for me. And the steps of a good man has been ordered by Yah. He don't go chasing after the desires of his heart. He chased after the desires of the spirit of Yah that's living in them. So you see what I'm saying? A lot of people are walking in their flesh. And before they do something, they have to battle with the Most High Yah. They forever, wrestling with Yah. They don't take Yah at his word. When he speaks to their spirit, they supposed to bounce off of it in the sense of, let me do what you just told me to do. Let me do it your way, Father. Instead, you know what they do? They fight him. They wrestle with him because they want what the Father says to them to match their heart. You see what I'm saying? They don't believe in just hearing from the Father and abiding by that. They wrestle with him. They got to keep going to him because they don't understand you ain't going to the true creator. You're going to your own flesh. And your spirits calling it the Most High God. Because these spirits is the only spirits that's going to let you think that what you're doing in your flesh and the way you thinking in your flesh and the way you feeling in your flesh is truth, reality, righteous. So you see how the Father is one that's going to let you stand at that stand still of where you at. He said, Deborah, if they crooked, leave them alone. Let them remain crooked. I never said that in that day, I'm going to send my servant to make the crooked straight. Because when I come, they're gonna be crooked still. When I come, they're gonna be still crooked. And in their hearts, they're gonna think they really worshiping and serving me. But they got a spirit that's so heavy, and it's the spirit of their heart. It tells them that their ways is the way of Yah. When it don't abide by the order of Yah, it can't even hear Yah. Because it constantly, why? Why is it a person's heart can't hear the Most High? Because it's always wrestling with the Most High God. It is not content with what the Father says. The Father say go right, it said no. You know what? Can I go left? I think it's better left. And he started saying go right. No, I think I go this way. This way I want to do this, and I want to do it this way, and I want to turn it this way. And he said go right. No, I think it's best for me go left because I want to do a little this. I want to do this. I want to do this. This is a flesh that's battling with spirits, thinking those spirits represent Yah. He's battling with himself. She's battling with herself. Because when Yah say something, bam, there it is. Same thing with me. I was in the room and I came out and said, I'm finna go and do some walking. And I said, the first thing I didn't say it, but he said to me, you know, the poor in spirit, don't forget to mention the poor in spirit. And what he means is that there are those who are poor in exactly what it says, spirit. They don't know all the spiritual things of Yah because they're poor in it. But they yearn it. They desire it. They just poor in a way that spirit should be wealthy in Yah, but they are poor in the spirit because they have not heard the things that bring them out of being poor in the spirit. So he's saying to me, there are those who have never heard even the very words that I have spoken since I've been on this devil platform. They are poor in spirit. They're not going to get an opportunity to hear what I'm saying. That's why I said people be getting on this page, dipping and tipping, coming in and going out, going and leaving. I don't care. Because those were the testing time in which Yah tried you by the fire. And every time you took off running to the left because you never wanted to go the right way. He already knew you wouldn't. He knew the dipping and tipping. He knew right even to this very day where you are end up. Even to tomorrow and the next day, the next day, and the next day. But the poor in spirit would never cross Sister Deborah's page. They're poor in the spirit realm of knowing Yah at the level of what I'm giving you all free food for your spirit. And then you stand your tail up there looking all cockeyed and stupid at me. You stand your tail up there, try to make the righteous unrighteous, like you make the dark light, you make the bitter sweet. But the Father is here to tell you through his servant himself is that you can't move what he already sealed. He wrote it in and wrote it out. And it's nothing you can say, do, or think in your heart to convert. That's the problem. You don't have to be a trillionaire and a billionaire or a millionaire to be trying to gain power. There are people who ain't nowhere near that on this earth trying to gain power and authority because they think that they are better than others and they entitled to conduct themselves in a way that they're better. And the Father sitting here telling me this morning, don't forget, Deborah, the poor in spirit. Do I know there's supporting spirit? Sure, I do. There's people who ain't even heard things that y'all stand y'all tails and come to this page over and over, listening to things you ain't never heard before. Just imagine the poor in spirit not hearing what you all giving. God's giving you an ability, or giving you a way that you can hear that day word, this end day, spirit and truth with the light. He's giving you a chance, and there are those who are out there that's poor in spirit, that don't have the opportunity to have a cell phone, that they don't have the opportunity to have YouTube or the internet. But in their spirit, they serve Yah in their spirit, but they just pour in the spirit because they don't have the things to continue to eat the spiritual food like you all are. And you think you something, you thinking you adding to Sister Deborah Page. You think you can take away Sister Deborah Page. You just making a straight up fool of yourself. I'm gonna give you the last warning. And I might have to say this again, but I'm gonna let you know. You done messed up from the floor when you entertain this page right here. It would have been better had not you crossed this page, because the kingdom is already measuring you based on it. So where you gonna go now? Because once you leave this, guess what? There's not gonna be another page for you. You see, this is this power I speak of the heart. The heart think things make them who they are. These things can get you not to even serve Yah the way you're supposed to, because you think you got more than enough in this world to have to ever need him for anything or need anybody. So as I was preparing for coming out here, the Father spoke to me. Don't forget don't forget the poor in spirit. And I began to say the poor in spirit, the poor in spirit. He says exactly what he said. They are poor in the spirit because they're gonna make it to the kingdom, and your tail gonna get left. You don't know how rich of what you are inheriting coming to this page. You're hearing things you ain't never heard before. The spirit is dealing with you in a way that he has never dealt with you before. And pride and ego and self-centered still makes you think that you so in there with God. All your T's is crossed, your I's is dot. You got your one-way ticket to eternal kingdom. You're the one that's gonna lose, because you just come in, you go out, and you think your backpack is full. You're gonna find out you didn't have nothing in your backpack, because self always, that heart, that flesh heart always got in the way. And then here he telling me, but don't forget, Deborah, the poor in spirit. I like that. Matter of fact, I love that. Because when you say the poor in spirit, that's like saying that there are those who don't have the opportunity to hear my servant, to know the light that's being dragged out of darkness, to hear it, to know it. They're in the spirit, but they pour in the spirit, but they pour in the spirit. You see, while there are you all running around here because you think that you Big Daddy Kane and you override the Most High God and you got it made from A to Z and can't nobody tell you, can't nothing, but yet you keep running back to this page. When I head back home, whoa, that's gonna be almost the end of this. No, it ain't gonna be quite the end of this month. When I head back home, this is the sort of message I'm gonna be speaking. Because if we're in a time like no other, the worstest time there is, you might as well stand on the Empire State Building and preach righteousness. Shine that light on all this darkness that's in this world. Do the will of your Father who said he called you for a time as this. This is why David and Jeremiah and Ezekiel and Isaiah and Moses, all of them would wish they could come into this day and time in which Sister Deborah is speaking in right here today. He said, Deborah, if they could just step into this time, they would be excited just to step into this day and time, the 21st century, saved for a time as this, for the ones that I have appointed and anointed. So while y'all standing around doing your worldly matter today and every other day, your worldly mindset, your worldly heart, there are those that the Father says that wish they could come back in this day and time and just step in right here where Deborah is sitting, where Deborah is speaking. They wish they could come back and see. Did they warn us? Yes, but they never saw it. Sister Deborah is the servant that Yah has chosen to hear them and not just hear it, but see it. But they heard it, but they didn't see it. John saw it in the kingdom, but they never saw it. They just prophesied it. The day, in that day, in that day. But they never stepped in that day. They never saw the day in which Sister Deborah is right here today. So for that same reason is the reason why I know that no one can tell the Father what to do in that day in which all his servant has warned us about. We stand our tails today and walk around like we created this day itself. We make this day what it is. We design this day. Not even understanding. No. My brethrens, back then, they spoke of this day. And when they were speaking of this day, they didn't speak nothing good about it. Okay. Yeshua didn't speak nothing good about it. Okay. Oh, see, none of y'all never thought of that, did you? You think all those apostles lost their living for you to come into this day that listed as the worstest day ever, to walk around here thinking you high and mighty because you have what others don't have? Because you feel that you are blessed by yourself, because you ain't blessed by Yah. Because if you ain't abiding by what is righteous and you ain't representing Yah with what you do have, you still out there stupid as a doorknob, riding on your heart desire in the way your flesh feels, your personal opinion. People do not know your emotions and your feelings is going to take you 6 foot under. And after that, the lake of fire. Let me tell y'all why. Depression and all these stress and all these mindsets that people have, they are there to keep you in darkness. That's all. To make sure you remain at a level in darkness. Why would he tell you to die, your flesh die daily? For your flesh to think it's ruling something. You see, that's a mental disease all in itself. That's a for real gone darkness. When we die daily, we die into our ways. And we are walking in Yahweh's. So what is Yahweh? Righteous, just, upright, good, mercy, compassion. Instead, we think we're supposed to work. We think we're supposed to walk in the way of those that are wealthy, billionaires, trillionaires, evil and wicked. We're walking down in this earth being mini-me's, just like they are. Want me to tell you why? You know you don't get nobody. You notice you didn't get nobody on all these devil platforms, every last one of them, going up against Epstein, Donald Trump. Nobody went up against it. Nobody tried to fight it and do anything about what he was doing. Why? Epstein was doing what a lot of you all are doing today, especially the men. He ain't doing nothing that they ain't doing, that they have not done. People don't even, they are mini-me's. See, Epstein was on a higher level with the wealth. Many of you all is on the lower level. So you think that the ones on the lower level are going to interfere with the ones on the higher level? No, they're doing the same thing. That's why you don't hear this United States saying anything, doing anything about all these children missing, about all this stuff that's actually going on in this country? Why you don't think nobody's saying nothing? They talk about little issues that they throw the devil. Like I say, the devil put an album on, and everybody on the platform danced to it. Everybody started dancing. Oh, he done put an album on. Now I'm gonna make videos from this album. This is how people conduct themselves on all these platforms. Never see that the album is being put there to really get your whole focus off of really what's going on. And do you see all this chaos that's going on in the world? You don't hear nobody talking about it. Everything Donald Trump done to the people in this country, you don't hear them talking about it. Nobody say nothing. So what do? They go to the next level and the next level. They're gonna keep on putting out pestilence so that they can put out the ultimate one. And then I said to the father, so all that time you were saying, thou shalt drink poison and it shall not kill you, it's because you knew what they were doing all the time. Yes, Deborah, all the time. And at that moment, I realized that we've been disrespecting the Most High when He was giving us the spiritual warning all the time. Why? Because our hearts keep going in the way of the flesh. We let our flesh run, control, deceive us. We always run and talking about the devil, the devil. Hey, but let me tell you, the devil already know his time is up. He got the victory, deceiving the whole world. Now it's flesh on flesh. That's why he said nation against nation. But what I do love about the nation against nation, he let me know that that's Gentiles. That's them. That's for them, Deborah. That has nothing to do with Israel and Judah. That's for the Gentiles. Because it ain't nothing they're going to do to Judah that they ain't already done, that I have already seen. So they can kill up the whole Judah and it don't matter in the eyes of Yah. You know why? He'd already seen it. You done killed up enough for him already to put it on your tab. Those who agreed, those who sat around didn't say anything, watched it, did not buckle up against it, approve of it, and approve of every ways of their forefathers, and never address the fact that you are your father's children, and never address what the sins of your fathers and what they have done, like the father has addressed Judah regarding their fathers. See, they thought that by us disrespecting Ayah, that we didn't have no more chance to be that important anymore. So they brought us to the level of the ground. And now they're going back to the level they brought us to, thinking that they're going to finish where they started. They have no idea. Y'all said, go, shoot your best shot. Over for you. And that's what he means when he said it's over. I'm not coming, Deborah, to make the crooked straight. I'm not coming to tell the Gentiles, well, you know what? The way Israel was supposed to wake up in the 400 and something years, you were supposed to wake up too. And your hearts didn't get anything but heart and more wicked, and to the point where it decided to go back to its vomit and start it all over again. And then have the audacity to walk in this earth and act as if you don't see that righteous is not standing, unrighteous is not standing. People, it's rooted in the hearts of individuals. The Most High had to instill in me, and He's still working with me on that, because it just hey, I be thinking, hey, that's just too much to believe that people's heart can still be so hardened and hateful and evil. But He keep telling me, you got to understand, these are the children of the forefathers. So if the children of the forefathers did wicked and evil and hateful and racist, they haven't escaped there this day. You talk about Judah, but it's the Gentiles as well. Only thing about it, Judah's got something that's coming to try him by the fire. The Gentiles, he ain't trying them by the fire. He leaving them right where they at. He knew they would be. The ways of their forefathers. And walking around, watch this here. When it says, they shall kill thee and think that they are doing righteous. That's them. They really believe the things that they're doing It's righteous because they have gotten away with it for so long. That's why they can't reason with the prophetess. They can't see through what Sister Deborah is saying. They would run and hide and then dip back in and run and hide and run away because they can't handle the fact that, wait a minute, as long as she's talking about her nation and chewing her nation out, I'm fine. But when it come down to us, or she start talking about the Gentiles, then I'm out. Good. You was out before you was in the eyes of the Most High God. It has nothing to do with Sister Deborah. Sister Deborah speaks on this platform, spirit and truth. Now they decide to cut. Okay, it's okay because they're supposed to rain all today, and tomorrow it's Sunday, so I guess they figured we better do what we can today, or else we don't have to go into this next week. So I get it, I get it. But the Spirit of the Most High wants you all to understand that Yah don't have a favorite. He don't have a particular ones. He don't have, and I'm gonna break that down right quick. He don't have one. He don't with Yah. He don't use one race better than the other. He don't use another race better than the other. You know why? Because he wants me to say this here, and that's how I'm going to sum this message. You all run around here, place yourself in a lifestyle to where you think that you have this certain power and authority, that same power and authority that the elites are trying to get this whole country under, you already got yourself under it. You think that you have that power and control. But the Father is sending a message. If he himself, when he looked to the earth, he is not seeing nationalities, race, nationality, gender, young or old. He don't see what you all want to always use as a just reason to escape. Why a person is like this and a person is like that. He's looking down and he sees spirits. And guess what? When he looks down, he sees spirit of righteousness. He sees spirit of justice. You see? That's what he sees. He sees the righteous in them. Why do you think he branded his? So when he high, he look down, he sees spirits. He don't see Sister Deborah as a Judah. He don't see this person as a Oriental or this person as a Russian or European or white or black. He's looked down, he sees spirits. And he sees spirit as unrighteous or righteous. See, y'all are fools down here, clowning and acting the fool. And how Sister Deborah and why Sister Deborah can say that is because the way that you are in your spirit, you conduct it in your flesh. That's why he said, Deborah, check out their spirit. And if their spirit continue to be the way that it is, that's why their flesh is continued to rest in the way that it is. Because it's what's in your spirit that causes you to think that you're better than someone else. Oh, I have something that they don't have, so I'm good. You see? Not understanding that the kingdom, when he looked down, he sees spirits and righteousness. That's it. So he is covered in the spirit of righteousness. That's why the brand was in the spirit. You see how y'all never caught it? See, it always flew over your head. You never got it. You never had it. You come on this devil platform and still don't have it even to this very day. It's because y'all never gave it to you. Because your heart is your God. It has been and it shall always be. That's why it finds error in things that Sister Deborah might say, or you feel that it's error in what she says. That's good. For me, it is. I don't know about you. It's all well with me. I am who I am created me to be, not who you say that I am. And I thank the Father for that. I'm thanking him for handpicking. I thank the Most High for hand-picking his out. Before the foundation of the world, he had two books written. That's called hand-picked. And he took that right hand and he hand-picked one for the book of the lake of fire and one for the book to eternal heaven. How did he do it? With that right hand and that stretched out on him. He handpicked his, and the one that goes to the lake of fire by his power, which is found in his right hand. He handpicked your tail and put you where you need to be eternal. So while you down here on the earth thinking you ruling this earth, you thinking you ruling your spirit, you thinking you ruling your flesh, guess what? It's already been ruled. All you should see now on the earth is how you conducting yourself. How you calling right wrong and wrong right. How you calling bitter sweet and sweet bitter. How you calling dark light, light dark. So therefore, you ain't got nothing coming. Even to this point, this very point, if your spirit is not moved by nothing you do and say and how you conduct yourself in your flesh, then your flesh and your spirit by right. Understand, you are the serpent seed. See, you either born of the spirit or you born of the flesh. Those that are born of the flesh are those that turns to the ways of Satan. See, a lot of y'all didn't know. When he created that first man, he was born of the flesh. So y'all didn't, 99.20 trillion would know that. Why? Because it takes the Holy Spirit to be in you to teach you that. I'm just speaking to you what the Spirit has taught me. You see how you can hear spirit and truth from the light standpoint and still be stubborn and stuck on stupid 24/24. I say again, don't let your heart show you the way to things that's making you think you spiritual ready. Because that's what your heart is there for, to help Satan deceive your tail. And I'm going to be honest, Satan, I'm not going to blame Satan. Because before, let me explain something to you. And I know this is why the poor in spirit exists, because they don't hear what Sister Deborah said. This is why the poor in spirit exists. This is why the poor in spirit exists, because they don't hear the power of the word of God spoken in on these platforms to the whole world. They don't get an opportunity to hear what Sister Deborah said. But here you got those who think they can outweigh Yah and his ways. Not so stupid, don't even understand. You were already written before you were in your mother's womb. I know it. You got a nail to the wall. And the reason why me as a prophetess in the wilderness will continue to teach it and preach it to the level of where the Spirit leads me from the inside out, there's no other way. And what I mean by that, I sit back and people would blame Satan for the choices, the dark choices that they make themselves. Well, I'm here to let you know you can't blame Satan. That's you. He didn't blame Satan when he said born of the flesh and born of the spirit. He didn't blame Satan. He didn't say you that is born of the flesh is Satan. You that is born of the spirit is the Most High. He didn't say that. He said born of the flesh is flesh. Because your flesh connects yourself to Satan, not Satan to you. Father, they go over their head. They don't get it. Let me say that again. Reason why he said he that is born of the flesh is flesh. He that is born of the spirit is spirit. He that's born of the spirit goes the way of the spirit of Yah. He His flesh goes the way of Satan, not Satan to the flesh. See, your flesh go in the way of Satan. That's why you can stand on this devil platform and look at Sister Deborah Cockeye. That's why you can come on this platform portraying you represent, you don't give any offering or donations to support the food that you're constantly receiving in spirit and in truth with the light in his right hand, because your flesh rules your steps. Your flesh rules your way. You got your own steps that's ordered in your flesh, and it's out to walk Satan, the way of Satan. Because if it walks to the way of Yah, I'll be telling you, he will let you know. He ain't gonna leave you out in the darkness. He ain't gonna suffer you to come to this page and think that you can sit hour, minute, second, day, week, month, year, eating of the food of the spirit without collecting the rewards from the kingdom. Why would Yah want you to be on this platform listening to Sister Deborah without gaining any rewards for the spirit? You know how many people been on this devil platform that has not one reward in the kingdom? And they've been on here for years listening to Sister Deborah and have not collected any rewards in the kingdom. You know why? They got a hardened heart, a wicked heart, a hateful heart, a self heart, a pride heart, a boasting heart, an ego heart. And they don't even understand that you're sitting listening to Sister Deborah and you're following, your flesh is following darkness. Isn't that deep? Oh yes, that can happen. Look at Judas. He followed Yeshua years just to go to be assigned to the lake of fire. So what example do you think that was all about? Why would you think that the creator would want us to know out of just 12, Deborah, out of 12, I put one to go walk with the oneness of the Messiah. But I knew he was already predestined to the lake of fire. But I picked him, Deborah. And you know what, y'all? Now one of you can count the years how he walked. So all the miracle signs and wonders. But his destiny was to hell. So you can sit and portray that, oh, I've been here and I'm on here and I constantly keep, and I'm a child of God and I'm a this. But the Father wants me to let you know, where is your rewards? See, you're sitting trying to follow the light. You're trying to follow spirit and truth. And you have no rewards. If you had to suddenly die today, where's your rewards in heaven? Do you think that you're going to make it to the kingdom and set in the kingdom with no rewards? Oh, so you think the one that was received the talent, he was considered a servant. He received the talents, but he had no rewards. See how lost y'all are? Y'all got this most high all the way bent. You got them too bent up, y'all, and that's okay. Because people, the Father, my one message I'm going to bring out today is, you are already who you are. That's not the title, but it has to do with that. You, no matter which way you walk now. Because in this day and time, ooh, it's getting hot. In this day and time, you walk in your direction already. And y'all tells are walking around here on this earth with no rewards come kingdom. But then you say you represent the Most High Yah. How do you represent the Most High Yah with no rewards? How? How do you represent the kingdom with no rewards? And you're proud of it. Where's your rewards? Go back and understand where your rewards come from and how he will reward you. You think he would have his servants down here serving him in spirit and truth and speaking in spirit given the life for you to be rewarded in the kingdom from sitting out back, eating up all the spirit and truth for a flesh that come down here to get its own glory to itself. You see, we talk about how the world is sick. We sit back and we see all this trouble in the world and what's going on, and we really believe that it's sick. But don't forget, you in the world too, and you don't know it. Because what happens is people find a way of living that's so comfortable for them. I'm going back to that heart. People find a way of living that's so comfortable for them to where they get so comfortable week, month, year, and year after year, to where they so set fast, not Satan, but their own flesh has sung songs to them, has given them the praise that they're sitting in the chair of righteousness. All they waiting is for y'all to come. They could go back. I gave that message the other day, and I had no idea it was in two locations, two examples, two hardcore examples as parables. One was with the talent, and one was with the idea of individuals, okay, who comes to the earth and they play it for all it's worth, and they have nothing to add, even to their own spirit, to be a reward in the kingdom. You know what stops all that? You know what keeps people is the heart. Is the heart is so wicked and evil and cunning and crafty to where it tells the flesh to think like the flesh thinks. And it should. Because if you're born of the flesh, you are born of the flesh. It's nothing you done and nothing Deborah done or nothing you said, nothing Sister Deborah said. But Sister Deborah is born of the spirit, and I got to speak on the realm of the spirit. And not sit here and give people who are born of the flesh the authority and the assurance that they're in somewhere in the spirit. And with those both parables was they were in there as if they were the wheat. But y'all judged them as the chaff to the lake of fire. Don't think y'all don't have you rode in and rode out, because he does. So all that monkey clowning on this earth don't mean a rest behind. You can take the sides of white, you can take the sides of black, you can take the sides of any race you want, but y'all's letting you know, if you do not take the side of righteous, you are no win. See, Yah is the chessboard creator. He created chess and the whole game itself. But guess what? Only he know how to win the game itself every time, because he's the creator of it, of the game itself, and he never lose. So what you got black pieces? So what you got white pieces? Why is it that he, the creator of that chessboard, never lose? Because he is the creator of the chessboard. He is righteous that wins all the time. So run your tail out here, thinking and feeling that you're gonna walk the way of your flesh. Do you know that's why that's it? Okay, let's take for instance somebody that's on drugs, and somebody that's out here prostituting, somebody that's out here murdering. Many of you all will not even accept the fact that the same category that he that took the one talent that was called a servant. Father, why was he a servant? Because Deborah, they think I'm playing. You either get your tail down there and serve me in the righteous way, or you get your tail somewhere and sit down. But when I come, if you're not found having served me, you ain't got no rewards. Your way is to the lake of fire. But guess what? Y'all ain't waiting to now. He already got you ready. Toast. Guess who he got you written next to? those who continue to molest, pedophiles, murderers, those who rob, kill, and steal. You see, those who carry in hate at the highest level of the Empire State Building, hate. He got you listed right with that crew there. One place for you all. See, he ain't got a place for this one and a place for this one. Or you killed and you murdered and you a pedophile. No, he got you all going in the same eternal direction. Run your tail around here and boast and boost yourself up as high as a kite. When it all said and done, when you going up that high, if you ain't got no reward standing on your left and your right, showing that you supported Yah on the earth in any shape, form, or fashion, let me tell you, you go on and play that flesh role, calling it spirit. I see what you're saying, Father. I got you. I got you, Father, because you got me. He said, don't forget the poor in spirit. Let me say that again. He says the poor in spirit don't get the opportunity to hear what Sister Deborah said. You know, like the days of Noah, those that were out, and he told them over and over and over. It's a lot of them that didn't get to hear it, but did you see them go anywhere? Ah, when he ended that earth, they all went. But Yah wants you to know he has the poor in the spirit. There is the poor in spirit always. Because they don't get the opportunity to have cell phones and internet service and be able to come to YouTube. And then y'all bring y'all tales here day and night, night and day, year after year. And then when it's time for you to get out of here, you have no rewards to take to the kingdom. That's the talent, y'all. I know a lot of y'all didn't know that, did you? Y'all have no idea why the one with one talent. He had a lot of pride. He had a lot of ego. He had a lot of boasting, self-centered, because he hid it, thinking he was more smarter than Yah. Judas did the same thing. He sat at the table right on what was it, on the left, on the right side, sitting there eating with Yeshua, thinking that he in there. Same thing. Same thing now. Same thing then, same thing now. But I'm grateful that the Father left enough light to show you that your rewards is what you put in, invest today, is your rewards for the kingdom tomorrow. And 99.9, guess what? He wants you to know your investment is not my investment. Your investment is your investment. People, it's just like wanting to give to somebody you want to give to. Somebody that's your loved one, someone you know, someone the world say, United Way, Salvation Army, give to the homeless, give to, but the Father say, no matter where you give, if it's not given to my righteousness, in my way, you can go out there and give to every homeless person on the face of the earth. And you can find yourself giving it all to the seeds of, giving it all of it to the serpent seed. You don't have no problem with that, because the serpent seed need to be given to as well. The world loves its own. Feed its own. So don't think you can run out and serve Satan and Satan's seed and escape supporting the spiritual seed. And he wants you to know that he don't need you to support it. It wouldn't be that you supporting it for him to gain your reward. You're too ignorant to realize it's your reward you need to be trying to focus on. Doing righteous on the earth so you can be one of the righteous ones in the heaven. But many of you all think you can live the unrighteous way and support all the things of unrighteous, support all the things that are darkness, and think that, hey, I did enough service. Y'all said you did to the world, and let the world serve itself and love its own. I get you, Father. Oh, we got the poor in spirit. See, they know that there is a God. They know that he exists and that he's all that and something. But they're poor in the spirit because they haven't had the spiritual food that you all are getting. And you have the audacity to stand on this devil platform and eat up spirit and truth week after week, month after month, year after year. And really, honestly, Sister Deborah, would suggest you get off of this page because the more and more you on here, heaven's is holding you liable for being the talent that think it is going to hold that one talent. And when y'all come, he's going to bless you. Hello. I nailed that one, didn't I? All right, Sister Deborah, we'll be back. And I say unto you all, shalom and shalom.